All right. Am I audible and visible? I do believe I am visible, but am I audible? I have not the faintest idea. I am trying. Yes, yes. Okay, so that works. Um, it got down to stupid o'clock time, and for some reason, I am the only one here. Maybe zombies have taken over the earth. Let's hope not. I've got a limited supply of ammo. This may be a very, very short, stupid o'clock if it's just going to be me. I don't know where anybody else is or whatever, but I started the show on time. So, oh, okay, Sarah. Yes, I can see you and you can see me. And I don't know where anybody else is. This is rather disconcerting, but I'm used to talking to myself, so that'll do. We will pretty much haven't the faintest idea how to proceed here. Um, well, no, I can pretty much. Hey, Ted. Um, I don't know where anybody else is. I'm here on time. The show started on time because I started it. Joe Dog is not around. John is not around. Bill is not around. Um, I don't know. I'm flying solo on a rocket cycle. If either of you want to join in, let me know. I'll throw you the link to get in the chat. Otherwise, I will just kind of not talk for the next 2 hours, but um, going to try and find a way to continue to soldier on as best I can, and hope that I don't bore all four of you that are watching. So we will do what we can do. Um, these things they happen. So maybe everybody's playing a practical joke on me. I don't know. Um, if they're trying to make me panic, they've succeeded. There was another word there, but I edited it out. So you know, we can. Oh well, that's disconcerting. Also, the thing I was looking for was non-existent. So, and that's weird for Joe Dog's program. Um, uh, no, that's not a good one. Let's. Well, this is weird. It's like somebody has rearranged all the background stuff that we're used to using, and now I can't find stuff. But I mean, it should. I'm I'm looking. Um, oh, that didn't do anything at all, did it? That's weird. That's really, really weird. Um, well, I don't know what happened to anybody else, and maybe they're doing a different show um, at the same time on a different channel, which would be very strange. But these things they happen, and that's not doing anything either. Um, hmm, maybe it's my internet. I don't know. Um, we shall see. I'll give it a few minutes and then I'll duck out and come back in. I did have an awful lot of problems connecting my microphone and my camera this evening. Sarah, yes. Do I use a specific program to compose? Yes. I use a Music Maker, um, and it is, I can't remember the name of the company at the moment. Uh, let me go off to the show the desktop and oh, and now all my icons have disappeared. uh, Magic's Music Maker. It's Magic's with an X rather than an IS. It is a very nice program, although updates do make it difficult to get used to when they do an update and you've got to cope with everything being rearranged. It's quite nice. It's like working with Lego blocks. Basically, you have these snippets of sound, different instruments, different drum patterns, different special effects, and you piece them together into a an audio sculpture, if I may. And then it is from there you go through the standard sort of thing of mixing things up and down audibly, so that some instruments come out a little bit higher volume, and other instruments are more subtle and things like that. It's it's fun. It's really fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have 9 albums out there. But you know, am I anywhere close to having an answer for you there, Sarah? One would hope. Uh, and let's see. Is there da 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 da? Uh, let's see. Stupid o'clock link send. Um, where are you guys? Yes, yes. That's a nice way of putting it. People. Yes. Yeah. That didn't even use industrial language. I'm proud of that one. Um, I am prone to use rather shall we say um, basic Anglo-Saxon um, verbs and adjectives at times. Um, and some of them are quite descriptive, and some of them are more action oriented, and they are nonetheless not the least bit complimentary. But I have worked in the factory for many years. Oh, I forgot my glasses here. No wonder I can't see. Um, they call it industrial language because you can basically take the paint off a aircraft carrier at 40 feet. So I'm sorry, 45 years in the factory. I've developed the vocabulary quite thoroughly. So I try and avoid that, except when I'm in the green room when it comes in handy, because people are entertained by the occasional invective, shall we say. Now, let's see. Let me copy this link, and I will duck over here to the. Oh, Joe, no link. It's your show, Joe. Um, seriously, um, how did you not get a link to your own show? You established it. Okay, StreamYard must have changed something. Really, it must have changed something here somewhere. Let me scroll down a little bit further. Um, and da da da. Let me see if I can find John. Um, Scrolling is not doing a lot of good here, but da 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 da. Okay, there's John. Yes. I thought you had this on the StreamYard thingy. Seriously, um, Where's Ted? Where's Ted? We'll invite Ted, even though he won't show up because it's past his bedtime, and well, he's got to assist Chrissy in doing stuff. Well, I don't know if they have the Wicked Weeds doing something at one of the what is the word? It's not a farmers market. It would be more of an event sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, we're hey, I am. Hey, somebody! I heard a ping. Somebody's here. Joe Dog.
Yeah. So please note the vendors will be selling products for costs determined by their status concerned. They said there will be music, food, and free activities provided by Dawn Parks and Recreation.
Oh,
Hello.
all three of you reprobates are together at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick all of you. Seriously, I thought something was wrong with my computer. You're just out gallivanting.
How you doing, Dan?
At least we got to see big fireworks.
Yeah.
Hey, the panic attack is now over, but we're the show is going on without you. You scheduled
Well,
it. I appeared.
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, I'll get you for this, Joe Dog. No, I won't because it's good practice for me to be able to handle my own stuff solo. So,
Oh, yeah. Well, once we get through eating here, when I get home, I'll jump in there with you.
yeah, sometime in the middle of next week. Yes, I know you guys. You're going to have a good time, and I don't fault you a bit. I really don't. I wish that we could do more stuff like this with live interaction from somewhere not in our own studios. Here I am in the the blazing kudzu fields of northeast Georgia, and there you are being fed. Now I am jealous. You get food.
Yeah, well, they're going to be bringing. Yeah, our food's be coming up in a minute. We're going to have to jump out of here.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I invited her. I invited Herman Goring and all kinds of folks. So, and Ryan's here telling us that we should have took the weekend off because it was holiday. But Ryan, if you're not in the show,
Yeah, Ryan, jump in there with Dan. Help him out.
I sent him a link. If he doesn't want to show up, that's fine. I'd probably just talk all over him anyway and let him say a word. And Bill too. I mean, seriously, I could out talk both of those guys if I weren't so polite and let them get their word in edgewise. I hate being polite. I really do. It's a real burden being polite.
All right, I see her headed. All right, she's headed this way with food. We got to go.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya. Thanks for running the show, Dan.
Hey, we'll see you when you get here, fed. Okay.
All right.
Take your time. I got it under control. There's this dolphin that wants to talk.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Oh, and
All
Donna
right.
and Carl are in the audience, so I've got people I can talk to.
All right, we'll see y'all in a little bit.
Thanks
Say
for
bye.
the warning. Bye. Lord have mercy. No, that ain't working again. Okay. there's some stuff going on with my ISP, which is making it impossible for me to see videos when they get played. But yeah, Carl's already in bed. Okay, it's just you. Well, isn't that fortuitous? Um, and no, Ryan, I was not talking to you. So we will vamp till things get busy. Um, I don't know what the hell's going on with the program tonight. I had to reconnect about 4 or 5 times for my camera and my microphone to sync up. So yes, happy 30th anniversary League of Their Own. After all this time, I think they've probably got a league and a half. It was a long walk. Um, what can I say? They took their time. What else is in the same vein as that? I don't know. Donna, you tempt me strangely, darling. Well, it's too bad I'm such a gentleman, I swear. It's not always to my advantage to be the nice guy that I am. Um, I'm always missing out on opportunities that I have to politely decline when I really wouldn't want to, but these things they happen. No crying in baseball. Yeah, well, try playing. What was the thing from the Weird Al movie? Basketball. I don't know. These things they just cross my mind and fleetingly vanish into the night, which leaves them as orphaned ideas somewhere. There's oh, um, I was on the Larry Niven chat, text only chat, early today. It happens on the first Saturday of every month, and I asked advice about something that I'm working on, and got some very excellent advice. This was after Larry left, because I'm not going to go on about being a writer when somebody that's a real writer is there. I'm just kind of amateur. But oh, hey, Launchpad is here too. Yeah. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your name escapes me. Please put it in there, and I will actually mention your name. Um, 310 to Yuma turns 15. The remake of 310 to Yuma turns 15. I thought that was like 2 years ago. Um, okay. Ryan, you're still a font of information. Uh, Notice the value modifier was missing from that sentence. Um, Trying to be polite. Now that I know that we have met the fellow that calls himself Launchpad several times. He's very well connected with Joe's Armchair Rocket Science channel. I cannot, it's my fault. I cannot remember names. I am 65, so you know, it's just I do the best I can. I mean, there are people I've worked with at the factory for 45 years. I can't remember their name. I can remember their nickname, but I can't remember their actual name. And thank goodness they don't go by that at the factory. So I can go, "Hey, brother-in-law," and that was one of the guys that we worked with. Everybody called him brother-in-law, and nobody could remember his name. Very nice guy, very hard worker actually. If you were partnered up with him on one of the days when you had a shutdown cleanup day, you were really lucky because he's hard to keep up with. He did most of the work. You could just barely get in there and do your fair share because he didn't wait for nobody. Um, oh, faces. I can remember voices really, really well. Um, Faces, I'm a little bit fuzzier on sometimes, but if I hear a voice, I know if I hear a voice, I may not be able to put a name to it, but I go, "Hey, it's that person from that movie that I really love." And I can't remember the title of it, and I can't remember their name, but I know the character's name is. I can't remember the character's name, but I know the voice. Yeah, that's the way I. That's the way my universe operates. It's it's a it's a very sharply focused fog of non-information, uh, and this is the way my entire life has been. I'm a as Star Trek outtakes had it as something that Mr. Spock once said. I'm a giant suppository of knowledge. Yeah, yeah. If you need to know something, I'm sure to be in the way, stuffing things up. But I'm still fun. Well, hopefully. Who knows? Who cares? Um, these things they happen. So I will continue vamping until uh, someone with an actual functional brain shows up. I mean, I'm running on all three cylinders out of 68. Um, hey, I tick over is a thing. Ask anybody that owns a canal boat. That's the speed you're supposed to go by when you are going by someone. Um, and the cruising speed is a whopping 4 miles an hour maximum. So that's a weird law. That is a really weird law. Have you ever been anywhere in your life where you were restricted to 4 miles an hour and you had to slow down if somebody else was next to you? Watch some of the British canal boat videos, and you'll understand that reference. And yes, I did comb my hair before I put the headphones and my eyeglasses on, but my thoughts on Crystal Pepsi coming back. Um, okay. Keep it in a sealed glass bottle for 2,000 years. It might actually be worth drinking, like every other soda product over the last 200 years. Um, I'd rather have, you know, ice cold water or ice cold beer. Yeah, there we go. This this is not water, folks. And given the two choices that I have stated, you know what the other one is. Hey, please do not try this at home. I am a professional. Mm. Oh, Donna. Yeah, well, was that the front seat or the back seat? Or were you in a different seat? As my memory takes it, at one time there were uh, there were station wagons with three sets of seats, so that made things really complicated. I mean, parking parking the vehicle was one thing, but parking as an activity was quite entertaining for an introvert that didn't know what he was doing. Um, let's not go there, okay? There are innocent children, so somewhere, in the universe, uh, somebody's got to be an innocent child somewhere. So I can't. Oh, okay. This isn't the green room, so I can't. Now you know how I feel most of the time. I can cut up in the green room and say things that most people wish I'd never said, but they still laugh. And Sarah, rear facing third seat, yes. Um, uh, unfortunately, those were the ejector seats, and there weren't parachutes attached to them. So you just had to hang on and hope the back of the truck didn't fall off. Um, That was a very 60s reference. Sorry. Um, I was I was actually young then. My hair actually had a color, believe it or not. Um, my mother said that I was born with a mustache and eyeglasses, and I just looked at her and go, "That must have hurt." And she giggled. But aside from that, I actually didn't grow the mustache until after high school, and I actually didn't have eyeglasses until um, I'm not sure if it was fifth grade or grade when they found out that I was nearsighted, and the reason that I was not passing some of my classes in school was because the entire chalkboard was a blur to me because I didn't sit in the front row. Um, because front row school. Smart kids didn't try and sit in the front row. That was for, shall we say, no, we shall not say. We shall not say one word or another. That's the end of that. But yeah, I was sitting in the middle of the room and I still couldn't see the chalkboard. And then they found out I needed glasses. After I got glasses, I started passing math and physics and biology and chemistry classes. Like I said, it must have been fourth or fifth grade. It was uh, junior high school sort of stuff. When I got in high school, it was one of those times where you actually read the book and you know the lessons. We're going to beat the crap out of you for screwing up the grading curve. We were making C's, now we're making F's until you showed up. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for moving me into this barbarian locale away from the Knoxville nuclear belt where I was average in intelligence. Oh, Lord. Um, there was a time when this was Clinton, Tennessee, Wolf Valley School. Um, they gave us all these standardized aptitude tests, all these, the multiple choice things that you go through for hours and hours and hours. It takes an entire school day to go through one. And they divided everybody up by their reading comprehension level. And I wound up in a group of four people, and that we were the ones that read at the highest level. I mean, they had me down as a 11th grade, high school freshman level reading level, and I was in the fourth grade, and the other folks were really close behind me. I mean, just fractions away, and we didn't get special attention. We got left alone while the people that needed special attention got the attention they needed, so they could advance and you know learn the stuff that we found much easier to grasp implicitly because we were reading ahead. We were reading at higher levels, and then. By the time that I left that school, there was another aptitude test, and they declared that I was reading at a high school graduate level, which made sense because I was reading Jules Verne and um, H.G. Wells and well, let's just say stuff that a fifth grader would not normally be reading. Um, oh Lord, my parents had a copy of Paradise Lost and a copy of Regained, which is not as well known as Paradise Lost. And I read those because I ran out of stuff to read. Usually, I was reading Tom Swift Jr. books. I was reading the Sunday Funnies. I really got into all of uh, the stuff with. Um, no, no. this is a fine time for aphasia to strike me. Dick Tracy, with the Moon Maid and the moon colonies and Bo Plenty and everything, which was a big deal in part of that. There was a lot of stuff. Let's see, um, Little Abner struck me as being quite subversively. Um, let's just say anti establishment, and Snuffy Smith was another one of those that had snide jibes at uh, wealthy people, flatlanders. Yeah. Um, Ryan, yeah. Where's Bill? I haven't the faintest idea. I sent him a link. I don't know where he is. He may be here. He may not. He may be busy. Um, hey, it's his life. If he wants to go off and waste his time fooling around with some woman somewhere, I'm not going to stop him. I mean, seriously, you do realize that I was joking. I hope. I mean, Bill can do whatever he wants with his life, and most of the time it's having fun. And his idea of having fun is going to um, auctions and helping people and doing his drawings. And he's old enough to have had several lives that it's none of our business what they are, you know? Probably worn out from the rummage sale. Yeah, yeah, he might be. He might be. Uh, Flying solo is never easy, but you're doing just fine. Um, you don't have the slightest idea how much I talk to myself at work. It's like a 12-hour monologue, and I only work 8.5 hours a day normally. I talk fast, faster than light sometimes. Um, oh, did I say that I was talking with some folks in yes, I did. I mentioned the Niven chat. Yeah, they helped me figure out what the big bad has to be in the fantasy novel that I'm working on. So now I can stop marking time on that and finish the book and turn it in, and then I get to do a do a painting, which I hope the publisher will accept as the cover art for that book, and then I can go on to fleshing out and writing new Spaceport Bar stories for another collection, and then I've got to get as many of the shared universe Spaceport Bar writers as possible to give me email addresses and let them do whatever rewrites and edits they want, and we can come out with an anthology of other people's stories in my spaceport bar, which has been one of the big things that has kept my e-zine going for 25 years, because these folks are really good. I mean, you think I can write one of these spaceport bar stories? These folks make me look like I have no imagination whatsoever. They're good, each and every one of them. Now, I'm looking forward to being the editor that gets their stuff out there in print for you to see, because you will love it. If you think my stuff is good, I can't hold a candle to these guys. Four candles? Okay, four candles. Um, Now you see which way my mind goes. Now I'm quoting the two Ronnies. And if I could remember a routine from Markham and Wise, I would be doing that, as well as uh, yeah, you name it. Um, and to think I got into this late night streaming thing because I always wanted to be Dean Martin with the variety show, or Johnny Carson with the Tonight Show, or something like that when I was a child, back when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Yeah, there's nothing better than a velociraptor on the 30th Thanksgiving table. And let me tell you, they go real good with mashed potatoes and barbecue sauce. I'm sorry, I don't have the faintest idea where my brain is going at the moment. It's the let's just say a qualified psychiatrist would go, this boy needs to be committed. A qualified psychologist would go, this boy needs to be a psychiatrist. No, um, I don't think that one would ever happen. That's about like somebody believing that Buck Rogers was real. Um, Unlike Rocket Man, who was definitely real. I watched the programs in the 50s when I was a kid. Came on every afternoon. Commando Cody. Yes. If I could do a cosplay and had an unlimited budget, I would do Commando Cody or King of the Rocket Men. The costume was the same, basically leather jacket, metal helmet, the little chest control, and the jetpack. You know, Buck Rogers in. Don't tell me that. Wait a minute, I said that. Uh, yeah, Buck Rogers isn't real. Probably shouldn't have said that. Probably is. It's just not in this universe. There's another one about 2.5 inches that way. It's real. He's real. He's real. Um, I'm a big believer in parallel universes and alternate timelines. And we have a sighting of Bill.
Where is everybody?
They're off having dinner at a restaurant,
Oh, wow.
leaving me with my tuchus hanging out. It took me a
Co-
while to get that word into my vocabulary, let me tell you.
well,
Had to
cover it
clean
up.
up a lot of things. Yeah, well, oh,
So they're
oh,
all MIA?
no, they'll be here in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They just went out to get a meal. And Donna says, "Hey, Bill," and evidently
Hey,
Carl's already asleep, and he'll probably catch hell for that tomorrow. So.
well, uh, if you get into the messenger link
Hmm.
and post those two pictures, you can see where I was or why I was MIA.
Well, I'll do my best. I mean, I can get into the messenger, but I'm not really good at posting photographs from that.
There's two of them.
Well,
But yeah, I almost thought I was going to make it um, pretty much on time for the start of the show, but traffic was a little backed up. And I was following Jenny, and she drives like a grandma at night, which I think she doesn't see very well at night. So,
well,
not to pick on her, but I
it
do anyway.
happens.
And we went over to Tilton, which is kind of the southern edge of Danville, to watch their fireworks tonight.
There you
And
go.
oh,
It,
did you find them on there?
okay, I've got one more click to do before it actually shows up. This is so
Oh, yeah.
clumsy, but there you go.
So that's my little 13-year-old niece, Kayla. I always called Rugrat, and of course, Rugrat's getting awful, awful tall. And
Yeah.
then the other picture, whenever you get that up, is
I,
a picture of me and her mom. I sent them both on the. There was two pictures in the same
yeah,
post in
yeah.
the
I
messenger.
see it.
Yeah.
I see it. It's like I just said. I'm not good at being able to share this stuff, but I
Mm.
do my best. I'm very slow because
Practice
it
makes perfect.
it takes several steps to be able to get this stuff going. And then once you think you've shared it, you still have to go back here and go click one last time.
Yeah.
And there's
So that's my little adoptive sister, Jenny, the one that she says that I'm the big brother she never had. And I tell everybody she's the little sister I never wanted.
mm,
But
hey, she's
gotta
hot.
love her anyway.
Um, for a child. Um,
Yeah, she's 8 years younger than me, so she's a child compared to me. But um, anyway,
she
and we
looks
all
like
got
she's about
birthdays.
18.
Yeah, no, no, I dare not say her real age on here. Not that she would be watching, but somehow or another, I know through the network it would
Mm,
get back to her, and
okay, well,
then my life would
okay.
be over as you know it.
Confirm or deny? Is she old enough to vote?
Yes, and she did.
Okay. Okay, that's good enough. That's all I need.
Yep.
Not that.
Me and her and Laura, all three voted last Tuesday in our
Mm.
in our state primaries.
Oh, and Ace is here too. Um,
Hi, Ace.
Thank you for showing up, Ace. We're kind of winging it at the moment. The regular crew left me hanging in the wind like a flag at half mast, and I've been vamping along till Bill showed up here just a few seconds ago. And
I
which,
hurried it as quick as I could.
hey, it's not your fault.
So,
We're not getting paid for this, you know.
so you
This,
saw the pictures I've been posting in the Stupid O'Clock Messenger link.
mm-hmm.
There's the picture of the Tilton cop there, who I know, but I said, "Let me borrow your gun for a minute. I have something I need to do." And the following picture was these beer cans on a table, and there's
Uh-huh.
a big bowl of money right next to it. So I went up to the girl and I said, "Hey," I said, "he's going to loan me his gun. If I shoot all these cans, do I get that whole bowl of money?" And she said, "Yes."
Yeah, and the post came out. If you shoot all these cats,
I know. And I showed that to Jenny and she started laughing. I thought she
auto
was laughing at my joke and she said, "You put cats in here." I'm like,
no, you
"What?"
you didn't. Autocorrect put cats.
Yeah,
Believe me, if I could sue autocorrect, I would. They've embarrassed me often enough.
I would never, ever, ever, ever shoot cats or any animal that
Yes,
wasn't
and
bigger.
I
If they're bigger
rarely
than
ever
me and attacking me, then it's fair game.
I would rarely ever say duck and mean it in some sort of expletive way, but autocorrect seems to think that I would.
Duck,
So
whack, whack, whack.
yeah, really. See, these things they happen.
Oh,
My
by
wife,
the
my
way,
wife swears at the autocorrect on her phone, and I'm going, honey, you could turn that orf. Wait a minute,
yeah,
I didn't spell that. No, wait a minute, it spelled that incorrectly for me. Um,
you can
yeah,
tune that orf.
yeah,
That's better.
yeah. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Rich, yep. Champagne's own REO Speedwagon.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
Speaking of animals, when I was walking up to my front door, I think I've told this last night in the green room. I'm feeding
Mhm.
4 feral cats outside. So I have a double food bowl dish, half with water in it, and then the other half with the food in it. And stuff's been missing every night. And I have seen some of the cats eat out of it. Tonight I walk up. I I did have the foresight to turn my porch light on before I left because Jenny surprised this whole thing on me at the last minute. "Hey Bill, let's go do this. When you leaving? Half hour." "Oh gee, thank you." But
Really?
when I'm coming back, I walked up on the step and saw a little itsy bitsy teeny baby possum eating out of there.
Oh,
So cute as a bug in a rug, I'll tell
I
you.
know, I know, I know. We have them around here as well as the
Mm,
mama raccoon and a little baby raccoon that is like half the size of the cats. And the cats
hmm.
just go, you know, we like Rocket. Can we have your autograph? But seriously, the cats will not bat an eyelash when
Oh,
the raccoon comes up and starts climbs the fence and starts eating out of their food bowl because they pretty much stuff themselves during the day, and the
oh, I
raccoon
bet.
only shows up after dark, and so she's getting leftovers basically. That and that's far better than getting the dish rained in and the food ruined and have to be thrown out.
Of
So
course.
yeah, and we don't mind the stray animals. Well, no, most of the feral animals, not strays. Their next door neighbor had a koi pond at one time. They went out one morning and the koi pond had no fish in it, and it was surrounded by bear tracks. So basically,
Oh, okay.
a bear walked up within 2 feet of their back door and caught himself a nice little fish dinner and walked back into the woods. Now we have coyotes here, which my cats terrify the coyotes. I swear, Susie, the oldest cat, would just stare through the chain link fence, and she goes, "This is here to protect you, not me. Don't come any closer." And the coyotes run away. Deer will walk through the backyard. Matter of fact, Lindsay saw one one young buck, just barely, you know, just spike antlers, really young.
Oh, yeah.
And the next door neighbor has a an electric fence protecting his hedgerow of evergreen trees. And the deer walked up and was reaching over to try and take a bite of the tree, brushed up against the fence, and found out what an electric fence is for, and went
Oh,
dashing off into the woods, um, kicking up his heels and acting like he was totally affronted there. But actually, it's much better than being reared. And did not come back again so far. We did come back from I think it was LibertyCon in Chattanooga in mid-July, several years ago. Then there was a deer standing in the backyard near the muscadine vines that are growing up wild in a great big huge like 3 foot diameter pine tree. The muscadine
hmm.
vine at the ground, the thing is like 8 to 10 inches in diameter, so you know that that vine has been growing for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So I walked out in the backyard going, I wish I could get a picture of this deer. And I walked closer, and I walked closer, and I walked closer, and the deer turned and looked at me and kind of tilted its head and then staggered off in the woods. And I'm going, oh, the muscadines have fermented on the vine.
Mm,
The deer was drunk.
that's what attracted him.
Hey, humans are not the only creatures that enjoy alcohol. We're just the only ones that make it for ourselves on purpose.
Well, yeah.
The others, if it occurs naturally, then they will take advantage, if you want to call it that. But this we have also had the cutest little red fox run through the backyard outside the dog pen and just kind of go, "Mm, okay, um, you didn't see me," off into the woods. And a
Hmm.
friend of mine from high school has he has a I wouldn't call it a hobby, but it might be a public service actually. He will go into the woods and um, put himself in harm's way to rid the county of feral hogs. And we're talking, you know, 500-pound pigs with
Now,
6 or 8 inch tusks that are
are
not
these like
willing to.
razorbacks or?
They're no Razorbacks would be further
Mm.
north west, but they're
Oh, okay.
yeah these are they're not escapees from a farm. These are just the ones that have grown up in the woods. They're just
Hmm.
wild
Yeah.
wild hogs, and they are um, quite dangerous. I mean, we're talking on the same order of danger as um, a rhinoceros or something in Central Africa. These things, if you walk up and they take a dislike to your being present, whether you know they're there or not, you run a great risk of getting not only tromped but slashed to bits because they've got big tusks. And he has, shall we just say, he has made safe several um, residential areas with small children playing in unfenced yards
Hmm.
where the pigs could have come up in the yard, but he saw to it that they did not. I consider this a public service. Protecting children, that's, hey, that is something I will never frown on. Um, but, you um, and there's other stuff that happens around here. We've got, um, there are several places that people are trying to get rid of beavers that are building ponds without having to trap them or shoot them or whatever. Just trying to get them to move someplace that isn't occupied. Um, there's lots of area around here that is uninhabited that would
Oh,
be just fine for wildlife. Just stay away from the inhabited places, sort of thing.
right.
Um, Um, oh wow. Yeah, there was one day I went out on the front porch with a cup of coffee. There was an eagle sitting on a fence post right across the road from my driveway and a full-grown pheasant running through my yard like the roadrunner with Wile E. Coyote on his tail, only there wasn't a coyote. It was just the pheasant acting like a roadrunner. Beautiful bird. I mean, huge bird. This is one that would make a Thanksgiving dinner table grown sort of wild turkey or pheasant. Excuse me. Two different kinds of birds. Um, tail feathers at least 3 feet long, and that's got to be an old pheasant for that,
Mm.
isn't it? Well,
Now,
to to excuse the pun, that ain't no spring chicken.
right. Now, the eagle that you saw,
Yeah, just
um,
sitting there
I
sunning himself on a fence post.
was it a bald eagle or a brown eagle or what kind?
I really wasn't able to tell. Um, it has to be native to North Georgia, which there's only I think two species, but I've seen them in flight lots of times, too far up to be able to tell what they are. But sitting there on a fence post, that's very
Yeah.
unusual. That's very unusual. I thought it was injured at first, but then I realized it's just sunning itself. It was that close to daybreak, just kind of warming up.
Last Tuesday, I was headed to Champaign on Interstate 74, And anyway, I over by St. Joe, actually, where Sarah Heiser lives,
Mm-hmm.
on the 74 side, you can see a huge bald eagle nest in the tree. I mean,
Mhm.
it's big enough about 3 people can fit in there.
Yeah.
It's that huge and that old, and we occasionally, um, late in the winter and early in the spring, saw the mama eagle and her little, I guess, fledglings or whatever you
Mm-hmm.
call the baby eagles. And
Egrets.
yeah, eaglets, that's right. But anyway, I just, every time I went by there by myself, I would never see the eagle. I don't know, Laura had better eyesight than I do. I'm not sure. But so anyway, driving there Tuesday, I drove by and I just happened to look up over that way, and there was the mama bald eagle flying around, and she had her wingspan completely out. She was just like soaring.
Yeah, as
And
big as a Piper Cub. Yeah.
yeah, I wished that I couldn't get my camera on my phone and get it held up quick enough to take a picture. I knew it
Yep.
wouldn't turn out, but
One of the houses we lived in East Tennessee back when I was very young, um, there was an eagle's nest in a very, very, very tall tree on the far side of the creek from us. It's like a quarter mile or so from my backyard, but I could still see the tree. I could see the nest, and could occasionally, when I was out on the swing set having fun, see the eagles perch on the nest and then fly off for eagle reasons, probably gathering food for the young. And uh, I could look up and I could see them wheeling around in the sky, way far up there. With I
mm,
thought it was higher than most airplanes would fly, but no, probably not. But in strict competition with some of the smaller airplanes. Um, but it's one of those things where you come on and you're pretty much just learning to appreciate nature as a child, and you've got a child's point of view, you've got a child's understanding of the history and the facts and these things, and it's just you learn to appreciate the beauty of nature before you actually understand all of nature, or as much as a child can comprehend. There are bits and pieces that you never really understand until you're grown up. But
oh yeah.
hey, Joe Dog, you got a belly full?
Oh yeah,
I
two
hope it was
grilled
good.
two grilled cheese and a bowl of chili.
Mm. Where'd you eat at?
Waffle House.
Oh, Waffle
Oh,
House. Oh my lord, I haven't been there in ages.
who else has a Wi-Fi connection good enough to get three of y'all on here on the same camera?
Oh
And
yeah,
sure ain't Mickey D's, I tell you that.
yeah. Chris says he'll try to get in for Last Man if his internet will let him. Otherwise, he'll just be harassing through comments.
Oh well, like I'm not used to that. Well, not from him, but
Oh, I got to take some.
yeah, go right ahead. I done took a handful myself. I have been in severe pain all day, um, and it's eased off a bit, and um, I do not like to take that many over the counter pain medication, but I
Me
spread it
either.
out over about 10 hours, so maybe I didn't do my body any damage, but from the time I got up, I was hurting. I should have gotten some work done around the house today. Lindsay went out and got a whole lot of work done, and I'm just sitting here going, "Oh, woe is me! I hurt, I hurt, I hurt." You
Hmm.
know, I hate that. I hate that. Makes me
Hmm.
feel like a wimp. She's out there doing all kinds of work, and I'm sitting here going, "Ouch."
Well,
Um,
crawling around under the beast today, trying to get her ready to go. I mean, I came real close to fixing it with a half a gallon of gas and a match.
that would have just burned the grease off.
I
Oh wait,
I
you're
hear
talking
that
about the yellow
works.
truck, ain't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She fought me hard today.
Mm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Grozilla.
Half a gallon of gas and a match should just clean the grease off from last year,
Yeah.
which he's already done with the scrub
Yeah.
brush.
Uh, no, I told you the battery was bad,
Yep.
so I got a $120 battery from Walmart. Put the new battery in.
Let me guess. Was not the problem.
Oh yeah, battery was a problem. Battery was screwed. Went to hit it. It went clang. Wouldn't do
Oh,
nothing.
oh no, the Bendix on the starter.
Oh, it was horrible. And you'd think as high as that truck sits, you could get under it to change the starter. Nope.
No.
But I did. I had to have Greg, from the other side holding the starter up while I take everything
Well,
loose.
yeah, because them things are heavy.
Yeah. And then, of course, this is the second starter I've put on this truck.
Well, how old was the truck?
2002.
No, you should have only had to put one on it in that length of time. At that, you shouldn't have had to put any on it.
I've only had it for 5 years, almost 6 years.
Well, I know how much you take care of the stuff you got. So, two starters is that seems to be a bit excessive.
Yeah. Well, so I get the starter off. I said, okay, I know it's got to be a starter. I got to put a starter on it. So I go to O'Reilly's, and O'Reilly's has that fancy machine to check the starter. They punch in the whatever part number is supposed to be or whatever, and then he hits the button, and as soon as he hits the button, it says test failed.
Okay.
He goes, well, that's not right. So he opens it up and wiggles the wires around, closes it down. Test failed. Hits the button, test failed. Immediately. Boom. And I'm going, I told you it's dead. He goes, I've never seen one that's dead. So he gets out and proceeds to persuade it with the little 4-pound sledgehammer,
Yeah.
Lightly all around.
Yeah.
He puts it back in. He hooks everything back up. He pushes the button back and goes, whoa! I said, what happened? Did it blow up? He says, I think so.
Shorted the damn thing out.
He said,
Percussive maintenance doesn't always work.
he says, I've never seen one blow sparks like that. I said, told you it's dead. He said, yeah, it's dead now for sure. So,
Where would you like us to bury it, and would you like a tombstone?
I leave with a new $103 starter.
That's cheap.
No shit.
That's like a fifth of the cost of one that I would have to get for the van.
Yeah, of course, I got the out of sight. I got the one with the out of sight warranty.
Uh-huh.
When it's out of sight, it's out of warranty.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
The
so
warranty lasts until you take it out of the box.
yeah. So
Mhm.
I get it home, get it in the truck, get everything bolted up, everything in. I go to crank it, and she spins like a champ. What the hell? So I get up, hit the gas a little, and crank it. Take my foot off the gas.
How old is the gas?
Well, from last year.
Probably got condensation in it or something,
No,
maybe.
no. I crank her again. She, as long as I got my foot on the gas, it'll run.
Hmm.
As soon as I take my foot off the gas, it dies. I said, it sounds like it's choking. So I get out and pull the air filter out.
Squirrels
Air,
in here?
well, chipmunk storage for a little bit.
Huh? That's what's powering it, Dan. Chipmunks.
Well,
The
On a
rubber,
little
the rubber
treadmill.
band broke. Yes.
and I look at the filter. I'm going, that does look a little rough. Held it up to the sky, put the sun shining right here. Could not see any light through it. I'm going, well, that might be a damn good reason it won't
It really
run.
ain't getting no air.
Yeah.
$25 air filter.
Hmm.
You're kidding me. I've never known an air filter to be more than about $7.
That air filter, Dan, is this big around. Hold on a minute.
Go full screen.
This
Yeah.
big around and that long round.
Oh. I see.
Tubular.
I found one on Amazon for delivered, but I don't get it until August 1st.
That's a little late.
At least I don't need the truck.
Where's it coming from? Thailand or what?
I don't know,
Mars.
but yeah, that's what I need just to get it. And tomorrow I was planning on putting the battery in, changing the oil, changing the coolant, and all that. Today, I spent most of the day changing the damn starter on that piece of shit.
Well, you can put the battery in and change the oil and change the coolant. It still ain't gonna crank till you get the filter.
Hell, Joe Dog, having to wait that long, if you were Amazon Prime member, I would have just waited till July 12th or 13th, bought it then at least you get 20% off that price.
Yeah, it's too late. It was
Yeah.
one of those. I got to have it now, and I only had like 3 left in stock. So
Yep.
You're not going to get it now.
Go ahead and order it. It shows up when it shows up.
Hey, what about if you go on eBay for somebody selling? People sell new on. It's called eBay Motors.
eBay
And
eBay doesn't take PayPal anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, they do.
don't.
Oh
No,
yeah, they do.
no,
That's what I pay with.
you're gonna quit paying soon. I've already been
No,
told.
right now they do. Okay, they do managed payments, or you can pay. Well, I take that back. I accept payments from PayPal through eBay, but on the paying end, I have PayPal there that I can pay with it, but actually I have my credit card stored.
I
to
just
do.
got 2 notices from PayPal that they are changing their payment acceptance plan.
Yeah,
They send that notice out about every 3 or 4 months. I've went in and I've read it, and it's the same damn thing every time.
Well,
This is the first time I have seen it in 20 years.
Yeah, no, I get that email a lot.
this one, PayPal is now going to almost 5% on business transactions.
Mhm.
Well, they're going up, and eBay actually is going to start going up, charging on the shipping because of the postage and all that going up through USPS.
But yeah, PayPal is going up almost 5% on the business transactions.
Mhm.
Like when I sent you the invoice, they're going to get almost 5% of that starting next month
Mm.
or the end of this month. Plus, you know how you can do the friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do friends and family to a business account anymore.
Yep.
Just personal
It
accounts, huh?
it will be cheaper for me to drive 20 miles to the bank, pull out cash, drive back to the house, and give it to my wife rather than transfer through PayPal money from my bank account to her bank account.
Well,
And
you can
I
transfer it
used
for free if
I
you do it in
used to
3
be able to
days.
I used to be able to transfer it for free through my bank, and they decided they were going to go with some other program that I would have to join and give money every month, whether I used it or not.
Mm.
And I'm going, I think I'll just stop on the way home and get cash out of my account and give it to my wife. Thank you very much. There's no reason for you to make a profit off of my wife's allotment.
Well, like
Um,
when Ryan bought those prints off of me here, what was it, last weekend or whatever? Um, I had the money in my PayPal from him for that, and I transferred it to my bank account, but I did the free option where they do it within 3 days. They tell you 3 days, but that's actually a window. It because he sent it on a Saturday, and of course Sunday they don't do anything, but it was in there on Tuesday because Monday was a holiday, Juneteenth or something like that. But anyway, so actually it was transferred in 1 day for free. Now, if you want it and transferred into your bank for 1 day, then yes, they will charge you whatever it is, $3 or $4, whatever.
yeah, expedite it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
if you do the 3-day option, then it's free still.
uh,
And I always do that because it's like I don't rely on whatever amount that's got sent to me through PayPal. I don't have to deal with that.
yeah. It just means that when I get royalty checks from a publisher, PayPal is going to get part of that just for going, hey, it's coming out of his bank account, going into yours, pay me. Just kind of pay
do
me.
the 3-day option.
There ain't no option.
Oh yeah.
There ain't no option. This is not a friends and family. This is
That's your business one, you mean?
yeah. It's
Okay.
basically employer to employee
Well,
with the publisher's account and my account as the way it's set up. And mine has been a business account ever since I started having to have the micropayments for selling music online. So, uh, 50 cents a song, that's great. Now PayPal is going to get a nickel or a dime out of that.
now, when I first set that up with PayPal, I talked to the people about it because being that I was going to do all this for my artwork, I thought about doing the business account route as well. And so I told them and I explained what I'm doing, and they said, well, how often do you feel like you'll get that? And I said, it's sporadic. It's not like something that's going to be every day. There might be a couple weeks where I don't get anything, and then
It might be a couple of years that I don't get anything.
well, but you know what I mean, though. I mean, it's just it's off and on. You either and when Ryan got his prints and that, then all of a sudden I had 4 other people wanting them, and then I might go a week or two and have nothing. But it comes in surges, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so then the people at PayPal had told me, this is what I was talking about a long time ago with them. How it was before and doing the personal check thing and all that, which thank God I don't do that anymore. That was a pain in the. Nobody ever stiffed me on it, but it was still a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much told me, they said, just do it as a personal account. They said for not so much the amount that, or well, I guess it was part of the amount that I would be getting yearly. The way they were averaging up, they said, keep it as a personal. It's not, you're not going to have any fringe benefits from going on a business one right now, and it might be something that changed later on. I don't know.
If I change mine from a minor league pro account to a personal account once again, maybe they will stop sending me applications to have a credit card every 3 days or something.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not only not only in my email. Thank you, Daniel. You have not had enough food today. But also snail mail. Now,
here, just have some of these, Dan.
No, I need a steak.
Sweet potato crackers.
No, that's not food. That's roughage.
Oh.
It's tasty roughage. So.
Oh, okay. I just saw something that's interesting.
Y'all.
Well, it's got to be more interesting than what I've been spouting for the last hour and 19 minutes.
Dalton's having their 4th of July thing on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got a crystal eating contest.
Say what? Oh, I know what crystal you're talking about now.
What's the matter, Dan?
Joe Dog, stop giving me straight lines. Not even in the green room. No, I'm sorry, sir. I will not come out with that particular statement, even in.
Well, the thing is, me, John, and Chris have already agreed that we're going to go in as a grudge match against each other.
Amateurs.
Could you imagine me after a crystal eating contest?
Yeah, entirely too easily.
And Donna's going to have to ride home with me from Dalton.
Yeah, we're talking about a rocket propelled grenade right there.
And that crystal would even. Never mind.
That's right, Bill. Don't go there. I didn't.
Well, originally I was thinking of crystal meth, and then I realized that down there your Slider fast food is from crystals. I forgot that they exist. They're not a northern thing so much.
We have very, very few White Castles down here, let me tell you. Very, very few.
And the difference between Crystal and White Castle, Crystal uses mustard and doesn't poke holes in all their meat. So you still get more meat with the Crystal.
Yeah, I know White Castle always said they poke the holes in there so it fries it evenly.
No, because
and I'm like,
well, if you sell 3 burgers with holes punched in them, 4th one's profit.
Because it's made out of what the holes were punched into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I am such a. We will explore that option later.
I to tell you the truth, around here, I'm trying to think of where the nearest White Castle is, and I would have to either say it's down in Terre Haute, Indiana, or possibly Brian K. Morris might have one.
Walter,
And up there in Lafayette.
Walter, we not only have a Waffle House at every exit, they're on both sides of the highway. And they don't compete because both of them make buku money. Um, Now, the other thing you've got to know about Waffle House is the Weather Channel monitors when a Waffle House closes. And if
Yep.
a Waffle House closes because of weather, they know it's too dangerous to send any reporter down there because s- stuff has done hit the fan.
Yeah. Jim Canatori's the first one to head out.
Yeah, when the Waffle House closes, he goes to another state because it's too dangerous for a celebrity to be on camera.
Mm.
Oh,
Donna goes, White Castle, Grease capital of the world, hate the place. And Walter Flack goes, you know you're in the South when there's a Waffle House on every exit? Walter, in our town area of, here in Chattanooga, there is an exit that has two Waffle Houses. Two Waffle Houses on the same exit.
Like Knoxville having 2 Cracker Barrels on the same exit.
Yeah.
oh, come on. Knoxville would have a Cracker Barrel on every exit.
Well, they probably do have one on every exit, but there is one particular exit, and I don't remember the exit number. And I can't remember which way the highway goes, but just for the sake of the argument, there's one on the north side of the highway and one on the south side of the highway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pair of bookends.
Mm-hmm. And
Never ever seen that anywhere else.
if you look closely, there's another exit that has one north, one south, one east, and one west. No matter which way you go, it's there. And then there's oh god, it used to be Lake City. Now they've changed their name to Rocky Top because of the damn song.
Hmm.
I'm going, could you not just keep the identity you were founded with instead of going for the low hanging fruit of a 50-year-old song? But no.
Older than that, I think the Osborne brothers sang it in late 50s, early 60s, maybe.
Osborne Brothers?
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were born at, well, they might have been born at, well, Donnie was born the same year I was, so yeah, his older brothers were from earlier in the 50s.
Not Osmond, Osborne. You're thinking of Donny Osmond and the Osmond brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Osborne brother. Osborne, I believe is how they spell it. They're
Okay.
they're a bluegrass group.
Never heard of them. I mean, I've heard of
Really?
the Settler Brothers, but I've never heard of the Osborne Brothers.
Dan, you need to get on YouTube. If you like bluegrass music, you'll like these guys.
I like Flat and Scruggs, but I don't know if I strictly would say I like bluegrass because there's a wide variety of stuff that fits into that, and I draw the line at Dead Mother songs. It's rather antique country, but
yeah, actually they released Rocky Top in 1968, so it was a little later than I thought.
Well, still doesn't excuse Lake City from changing the name they had from the 20s on till 60. Well, no.
I agree.
It was in the 80s or 90s when they finally changed their name. And I'm going, why did you not have a good enough cultural identity there? I mean, there's 15 people live in the town. There's 67 Waffle Houses. So what's going on?
Oh,
And they are from Tennessee. I'm trying to figure out the exact town.
Somewhere in the vicinity of Knoxville, I would be willing to bet.
Well, I used to know this stuff once upon a time.
Well, I used to as well, but I haven't lived there
in
in
your
about
wildest
50 years.
dreams.
beat me to it. I was trying to say it, but my
That's the Osborne brothers.
That's what I was trying to say, Bill.
What's that?
My wildest dreams.
Oh, that's a very good Moody Blues song, actually.
Mm-hmm. During their resurgence in the 1980s, not that they didn't have hits in the 70s, but they came out pretty well.
Yeah, that was the one that they had the music video for, and before that, they didn't need a video to sell their music. Well, after that, they didn't need a video to sell their music. Actually, it was just bonus material.
Well, my favorite is "Breathe Deep, the Gathering Gloom." Watch lights fade from every room.
Yes, that was Lost Chord. Oh, help me out here, Bill. I can't remember the exact title of the poem.
It's from.
Yeah.
It's from the album that had Nights in White Satin on it, but it has its own title. And the album title was something entirely different. In Search of the Lost Chord, I do believe, is the album title.
Yeah. And when you say the poetic passage at the beginning of that song, you got to do it in that deep, raspy song. Breathe deep.
Okay, if it winds up with "Lovely to See You Again, My Friend" as the song following, then it is "In the Beginning" is the poem. Now they did it a lot. There's several to choose from, and I'm trying to go from memory here without pulling a John and Googling every damn thing. That if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I'll sit corrected. As long as I sit without pain.
So that's the album, and you are correct on the title.
Search of the Lost Chord, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I've been a fan for a while, and even I can't remember everything.
I had that album. Oh crap! I went too far. I saw the Moody Blues. It was not Threshold of a Dream. Crud. What was the name of the album? And I'm gonna have to look it up because I forget.
I saw them just tonight on YouTube.
It was
Moody Blues.
Oh yeah.
Didn't they have a crazy breakup like Pink Floyd?
I'm not sure they had the arguments that Pink Floyd had. I think they just kind of went, "Are we done yet?" And went off to do solo stuff, and then decided, "Now we're not done yet," and got back together.
Long Distance Voyager. That came out in 1981, and it had Gemini Dream was the one single, and the other single was The Voice. And very, very beautiful album. I'm trying to find, oh, actually, I think I just found
They had one that was an MTV video for Wildest Dream.
Yeah, that
And
Long Distance Voyager.
mhm.
And we saw them at the Assembly Hall, which is now called State Farm Center in Champaign, Illinois, in concert. And we they did do some video. What would it be referred to as? Not like the videos that they would do in the 80s, but just the effects videos and that. And they used a lot of stuff from the album, liner notes and that in the effects behind them. But they were very good in concert, very professional, because you know some bands, when they go sing something live, it doesn't really sound like it did on the record, because it was so heavily produced. And
the Moody's were very good about doing their damnedest to sound exactly like they did in the studio if they were live. And now they did a lot of stuff with orchestras back in the day in the studio, and they improvised. And sometimes they would have an orchestra, sometimes they'd have three guys with mellotrons or something imitating an orchestra, but they did their best to sound live the same way they did in the studio. There are very few bands that do that. Rush tried to sound like live the way they sounded in the studio. That, for three guys, that's very difficult to do. But they managed to pull it off time and time again. Grand Funk Railroad did their damnedest to sound live like they did in the studio, but they had more people on. They had more people on stage live than they had in the studio, so it was easier for them to pull off. Might not have been the same guys that were in the studio, but you know, times change. People come and go.
Yeah. And a lot of backup musicians, or you take a group like the Doobie Brothers, who just had a lot of people in the group, or Chicago, or somebody like that. You have enough people to duplicate that same sound. And there was so much of that was going on at the time, and so much of the stuff that was out. I'm hearing it on WLS out of the Rock of Chicago, and I'm like, God, I want that. And then after a while, you just like, I don't know what I want, but I want it now. You know, to quote an old Raspberry song.
No, and then there are people like Steely Dan, which you love in the studio, and you go, how are you going to do that on stage without 50 people?
They lived on backup musicians.
I know.
But you got to admit, they had the pick of the litter as far as that goes.
Yep, this is true. Now, as a complete contrast to that, you have Frank Zappa with it, which in the studio they had 50 people, and on stage they had 35, 40. And some folks were having to double up, but just amazing shows anyway. High school marching band teacher went to see Zappa and the Mothers in Atlanta, and we're like 90 miles away from Atlanta, and he came back and he was just going, that was excellent, and we're not going to teach you any of those songs, so forget it. But once you're of age, buy those albums, please. So I did when I was in college. Yeah, I could just imagine the marching band doing Yellow Snow. That would have been one hell of a halftime show, let me tell you.
I was thinking I posted in the Stupid O'Clock group
Oh, Sarah's saying
when the. Oh, good night, Sarah.
Yep.
Rock that organ at church tomorrow.
yeah, play Inagata DeVito.
Yeah, and it got a
Freak
DeVita.
everybody out.
Dan,
Yes.
I just wondered what your thought was when all of a sudden you saw me. I kept posting no link, no link, no link. You're saying, where is everybody? No link, no link, no link. You didn't send a link.
You scheduled the show. You should have a link.
Not on my phone. But what'd you think when I popped in? You're thinking, oh, well, there he is, and there's Chris and John sitting together.
Yeah, everybody in the same restaurant going, we're waiting on our food. I'm going, you hung me out to dry on purpose, didn't you? Yeah.
So why aren't Chris and John here tonight?
They had to drive all the way from Hickson to Rossville, Georgia, and Dalton, Georgia, or Ringgold, Georgia, and Dalton, Georgia.
Yeah, it took them all of 5 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I was going to ask how many miles that is because I'm not really familiar with those towns.
It takes about half an hour to get from the furthest point to the nearest point, basically.
It's a good 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was a half hour away, and I got here half hour late, but...
That's all right. I don't think our ratings are going to suffer.
John's home, and Chris should be rolling in. He's probably going to bed, though.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. If you're sleepy, go to bed. I got Monday
I've been
off.
up since 6:15 this morning, so after Stupid O'Clock is over with at midnight tonight, I will be doing the same. Oh, there's Chris.
I got to crawl into the
Okay,
Chatsworth. Oh.
What
Who
is
lives in Chatsworth?
Chris?
Uh,
What is Chatworth anyway?
$1.298. Yep. And you can take me home for $1.295, but you got to pay the piper. Don't ask me where that came from. I haven't the faintest idea. It's a Popeye cartoon, probably. You know, my entire universe changed when I was watching Popeye cartoons on the computer. Could actually turn the volume up so I could hear the mumbling he was doing in the background, and the smart ass remarks came through in audio technicolor, basically. Gave a whole new meaning to my childhood right there. Popeye is one sarcastic little bugger. We'll leave it at that.
Robin Williams duplicated those mumblings just perfectly.
I know.
Wonderful. And there's actually one other person I've seen that could come very close to Robin Williams' impersonation of Popeye, and that's Jeff. I believe his last name is Collier. He played the show with Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen as the twins, Full House. He's the one that played the kind of goofy comedian guy that did all the different voices and that. And I heard him a week or two ago on Full House, an old rerun of that, doing that.
The blonde guy, a little
Yeah.
slightly heavy set.
Yeah. Because the other one was
okay.
John Stamos and Bob Saget. It wasn't
Mhm.
one of them.
Yeah, the one you're talking about was the one that the oh God, I shouldn't go there. I really shouldn't go there. Um, if okay, people, you really need to look that up for yourself. I'm not going to go there. I don't want Stupid O'clock to get sued for defamation of character, even though it's been proven to be fact.
All the kids are in bed. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. I'm embarrassed to even say it. If I'm embarrassed,
Hmm.
it's not. It's way beyond family friendly. It's into you can't say that on television sort of thing.
And Chris says the Chatsworth is named after the residential home of the Duke of Devonshire.
I'll have to ask Lindsay about Devonshire.
Yeah. And Chris sent me some pictures. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I can't respond to what they are yet.
My imagination is running amok,
It is.
and it's very deep muck. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and
all
it's
will
just because I know y'all.
and all will be revealed
One would
before,
hope.
before Christmas.
Hmm, that's
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Hmm.
It,
Oh,
Dan, you will be presently pleased. Pleasantly pleased.
presently, I will be pleasantly pleased.
Yes.
Is it a guest that
No.
might be appearing somewhere?
No.
Um,
Oh, okay.
from the cryptocracy there. Let's just say um, I will be very surprised if there is not some pulchritude involved.
Somewhat.
Pulchritude.
Okay. There you go, using them $2 words when a nickel word will do the trick.
Oh,
Pretty girls.
You used to read the Incredible Pulchritude comic books now, Joe Dog. Come on.
Oh my lord! I'm trying to be polite, and I got to go down to plain English. Ooh. I don't get paid for that shit.
Just say hubba hubba and be done with it.
Yeah, hubba hubba. That's another. Yeah, that'll do. Um, and I have. No, let's not go there, Dan. Let's not go there
Oh.
at all. We will just drop that line of conversation entirely.
But Dan, it's a wide variation of a narrow-minded thought, so it's perfectly okay.
Let's just say my focus was on something that wasn't family friendly.
Oh, this is family friendly.
I'm not asking which family.
You knew what I was going to say. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
You spoke French.
I don't like to talk about that family too often because I still think that there's a bunch of them around.
Yeah. Who was it that said their family tree didn't branch? It was just kind of one sprout straight up. Oh Lord.
Yeah, his family tree's bamboo.
Yeah. Grows really fast. And there ain't no branches. I think there are laws against that even in Alabama. Although Mississippi might accept it, but Arkansas definitely. But
I'm gonna tell you guys something that blew my mind.
we're in for it now.
Yeah, the Center for Poverty Justice, or whatever it's called, released a map of hate groups throughout the United States, listing them, by counties and states.
Mm-hmm.
There are more hate groups in LA County, known hate groups in LA County, than in Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama combined.
Yep, and the biggest distribution was in Washington D.C., and they're all Republicans. So
Hey now.
I didn't say that, did I? Not out loud.
Oh,
But Los Angeles County has more hate groups than the 3 states considered havens for hate groups.
it's probably that I hate broccoli group, because I hear they just grow abundantly.
I don't know.
Anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. California's on the same order as People's Republic of Quebec. Um, I'm sorry.
Well,
And see what you said before,
When
Dan,
God-
doesn't ring true, because California is liberal as they get. They don't call that the left coast for nothing.
No, I don't equate stupid with liberal. Thank you.
Well,
Stupid as they get. Yes, I will. Frank Zappa said,
oh,
but no.
so
Let's just
here's-
not go there. Let's just not.
yeah.
We're not here to talk about politics, and I'm sorry I brought it up.
Did you know back in the 20s, speaking of hate groups, probably the widest known one, I won't say their
Three
I
letters.
won't say their name, but their initials are KKK. And
John.
hey,
And John's really buzzing out on us.
No,
Yeah.
he's just lit. That's what he is.
All right. I didn't have time to set everything up.
but anyway,
Go ahead. We're not talking about anything vital. Set it
no.
up. Two real geeks. What's up, guys? Happy 4th.
Hey, happy 4th to you.
It ain't the
Happy
4th yet.
Independence Day.
Happy 3rd.
Happy 4th, Danny, and
Oh,
I
it's
forget his lovely
almost
wife.
third here.
I forget Danny's lovely wife's name, but welcome. Thank you. Happy 4th. Oh, and John, registration for that contest is at 1:45.
Oh boy.
So Chris says he's going to check in to see if he can pre-reg for us.
Oh,
Is that AM or PM?
PM.
Oh, okay. You might be awake by then.
Hey
But
Dan, when you leave your green screen blank, blah, 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 when you leave your green screen blank, it looks like you have old school chalkboard behind you. You ought to put up a thing on your green screen of Bart Simpson. I will not, whatever, 500 times.
Now-
You said Dan, but I think you meant John.
John, whatever,
Now-
you.
Now, Bill, did you know that every episode the chalkboard says something different
Yeah. Hmm.
for nearly 30 years? No, 34 years now?
And then later on in the episodes, they actually did a lot of different things in the opening sequence.
Yeah.
Originally, it was just the chalkboard that would be different all the time, and then eventually,
the
It would
cash
be-
register, every time they grab the baby and scan
Mhm.
the baby at the supermarket, the cash register prints up something about what it's supposed to be.
yeah,
They started changing that every time.
yeah, they're changing that. What was the other one? There's another one. Did it have something to do with the head of the statue falling, and there was something different? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and watch that and find out. Now, I think Futurama did the same thing after a while too.
Yeah, they started changing Lisa's music every time.
Oh yeah, the saxophone.
The saxophone.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Now, can you imagine the animators, how much that drove them crazy?
Probably not much at all.
Or just gave them something different to do?
Yeah.
Well, you clip it in on the thing, but yeah, when they started doing 2 or 3 at a time, then yeah, it would.
No.
It would make them earn their living.
Exactly. They've got all these extra animators laying around. So if they're not drawing new characters, they got to do something.
Most of them from Japan, probably too, but
I don't even think they hired Japanese. I think it's like
Malaysian. Some of them did.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, the director of animation was from Memphis, Tennessee. Name is Chance Raspberry.
Well, there's a name that needs to be on The Simpsons.
But that's his real name, Chance Raspberry. And his dad is a musician out of Nashville who is, one of the studio musicians that for a long time was used for a lot of the great country hits. Background, the studio musician with it.
The way the 3 of us are sitting on camera right now, it looks like I'm a giant. Yeah, I don't know why. And I'm slouching in my chair. You two look like you're almost the same height. And then I look like, yeah. Wait a minute. Hi guys. I look like I'm Mr. Jaws from the James Bond movie or something. Or Ted Cassidy from Addams Family. I need to slouch more, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe my.
Does that make you feel better?
There we go. Wait a minute. No, I'm crooked. Doggone it.
And I am slouching because I'm tired.
When Kayla was taking mine and her mom's picture, she took one photo and she says, "Okay, you guys are good." And Jenny says, "Let me see that." And sure enough, she cut us off at the neck. And she was going to let it go at that. And then I hear, "Kayla."
Yeah. Chris just messaged me. He is home. When he messaged before, he was at the hotel.
Oh.
Taking pictures of some stuff.
I'm glad he's home safe.
Oh, wow. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I think poor Dan sat there for an hour and so much that he had to go. It's about time to wrap everything up too.
I tried to get back home early as I could, but the traffic got me, and I still got in at 10:30 though, so I was only about a half hour late.
I'll tell you what was so funny is as we were pulling out of where we parked, I said, "Guys, I've got to find some woods or a porta potty real quick." And
he did.
We went up around the corner and there's a porta potty. I said, "I'll be right back."
Yes, in a related note, yes, I did have to go, but not leaving the studio. Thank goodness there's a bucket back there, backstage.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of mopping to do there.
Ooh, no, ain't no mop involved. Just will.
You got some explaining to do, Lucy.
Hey,
Hey, ammonium nitrate.
ammonium nitrate and what?
Diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's not go there, John. We might get on some kind of list.
I'm not
You
even.
were born on the list. Yes, I
Well,
understand.
no, I wasn't born on it, but it's sad when they call you back and say you're no longer in the top 20.
Yeah. Now anything we say that would throw up that little notification to them. They tune in. They go, "Oh shit, John's on the show."
Yeah,
Yep.
never mind. It's Scarborough.
Let's hope he doesn't pick anything up from those other three reprobates.
I
All right. Well, guys, we're minute and a half from Dan's show.
Okay. Oh, wrong mouse.
So thank you, Dan, so much for starting the show, winging it for probably 30 minutes by yourself.
Well, I'm used to talking to myself. It wasn't that much of a stretch, actually. And this time I actually had people comment. So I wasn't actually alone. So
I got in there and I hear Dan talking. I'm like, where's everybody else? Who's he talking to?
The ether.
I'm like, oh, there's some people in the chat. Okay.
All right. With that, it's time for everybody to say good night, everybody.
put up a
Bye,
link
con
for
Dios,
LMS.
amigo.
All right. Which button is it? There it is. Come on, push. All right. There it goes.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.